do have two screens in front of me, two monitors, one for StreamYards and one for the playback on the video itself on YouTube. So it looks like there's three people waiting right now. Let's see if this thing loads up. Once I see that it loads up from here, and it looks like it finally. Okay, so yeah, I know not a lot of people are here yet, but for people that are gonna join later, let's start this right now. Hello, everyone. This is Magbo Gaming here, and I'm here with two other co-hosts. But before I do, I want to let you guys know that we're gonna be talking about something pretty interesting about the retro video game prices. But before we get started on that, I'm going to pass it on to two other friends of mine that are here right now. So, who wants to start introducing themselves, Milo or Noob?
I can.
Okay, go ahead, Milo. Introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Milo. I don't really know how to introduce myself, honestly.
It's your first time
Um,
in a podcast, right?
yeah, well, yeah.
Thank you. It's my first time too.
Oh,
It's my
okay, no
first.
problem.
So, I'll be a co-host today,
And same with
and
Noob.
I am
so
Noob. I'm the co-host today, and
Yeah,
this is also my first time on a podcast.
oh, okay. Let's let Milo continue first.
Oh,
um, I'm just
You're good.
I don't know exactly how to introduce myself, honestly.
Well, what do you enjoy? What are your hobbies? What do you
Like,
enjoy doing online? I guess your goals, perhaps in life,
yeah.
stuff like that.
Well, I guess some of my hobbies are like video games, playing with Lego, like building Lego sets. Those are fun.
So you collect Legos or something?
Yeah,
Oh, okay, that's good. I mean, that's a good hobby to have as well. I know that you also like Xenoblade, just like Noob too,
yep. I love
and
Xenoblade. I got it.
Kirby, and a big Kirby
Yep.
fan as well.
Kirby, Xenoblade, Pokemon,
hmm
Smash Bros.
And what made you choose Tramp as your profile pic for the stream? I
Uh,
wonder.
oh, for the stream, it's just who you put it as me as in the thumbnail. So
Oh, okay. Waiting for yeah. If Noob wants to add Birdo, she could, but if not, it's all good. Okay. So anything else you want to say, or shall we pass it along to Noob right now?
you can pass it on.
Okay, Noob, are you there? Okay, there you are.
hi. If my voice sounds different, it's because I swallowed something down my throat, choked for a minute, but and
Hmm.
now I have a bit of a cough. But anyway, I'm Noob. I like video games, especially JRPGs. And I decided to join a podcast because why not?
Mm-hmm.
And
Looks like.
that's about all there is.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know you're a huge Kirby fan and a Xenoblade fan. I
I have
actually
uh,
met you
three
through the voice
Xenoblade
acting.
amiibos and one Kirby amiibo.
Yeah, same here. I met Noob pretty much almost more than 2 years ago at this point in a voice acting server. Like the day after I made a voice acting server, Noob actually was one of the first members coming in. So that
I
was pretty ironic. And look how far we went in our friendship now at this point, right?
yeah, and I voiced Birdo for one of your videos.
Yeah, for my old Red Star videos, pretty much. And later down the road, almost 2 years later, I met Milo through Noob. He's the boyfriend of Noob, pretty much. So they're both joining me together,
I,
pretty much, for this podcast. And they're both mods in pretty much all of my Discord server and my main accounts. So yeah, let's go ahead and see. We got 5 people watching right now, apparently. So there could be some people in the chats very soon. If anyone wants to say hi, feel free to do so. But yeah, while we're having people coming in, we're gonna start. I'm gonna start asking both of you guys your thoughts on why is the video game prices going so high especially after their storefronts like 3DS, Wii U, Wii, and all that stuff gets shut down. Mostly 3DS and Wii U, since they're the
It's
stores that has been recently closed. Pretty much, we're gonna focus on
it's
that.
basic it's basic supply and demand, basic economics. Low supply, high demand, things get really expensive.
That is true. If there's like less quantity of a specific item in stock or in the market, like on eBay, Mercari, and all that stuff, well, and there's a lot of demand, like the game has a specific demand, like for example, what's like for example, let me see through my collection, Game and Wario for the Wii U. Now that game is in very low supply. We're not seeing a lot of them out there. It's a unique game on the Wii U where you have to use the touchpad, and not only that, it never got ported to the Switch. So that means with such high demand for collectors and low supply, the price is gonna skyrocket quite a bit. And I'm gonna check how much this thing is worth. But last time I checked was definitely over $100. So what about you, Milo? What do you think about price going sky high after their
Well,
storefronts closed down?
it's like you mentioned, like certain games, like they have like unique stuff about it. I want to bring up like when the eShops closed, Fire Emblem Fates, its limited edition went up in price like more than the other ones because it has all the DLC, and since there you can no longer get the DLC on the eShop,
Oh
it's
yeah, a lot of
more,
people hacking it now
a lot of people are gonna want the
legally.
edition, or they
So, just
get
commit
the
crime
DLC.
problem. Just commit crime problem solved. If Nintendo didn't want us to pirate games, then they should make those games readily available on
Yeah,
modern platforms.
Exactly. And they don't do that with all the games. Like for example, the GameCube. The reason why a lot of their games are so super expensive right now is because most of those games are stuck on the GameCube. You cannot enjoy that game anywhere else, with some exceptions now. Being one of them being Super Mario Sunshine,
And
which now you
also,
could play on the 3D All Stars, but even 3D All Stars is getting more expensive now because they
also,
were only available for a limited amount of time, and now they're
yeah,
over
that
$100. I'm gonna be showing off the prices pretty soon, actually.
actually, isn't Thousand Year Door getting a remake? Did that already
Yeah,
come out? I don't know.
I was actually gonna mention that Thousand Years Door is coming sometime next month. I'm gonna have let me check the exact release dates real quick, and I'll say right now. Paper Mario, Thousand Year Door. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and screen share
Keyboard
this for a
clacking,
moment.
keyboard clacking ASMR.
Share screen. I guess we're gonna go with. Oh yeah, Thousand Year. Okay, let's put this up real quick. So from what? Let me go here. Switch release. Yeah, so that's another game that I'm pretty sure now the GameCube version is gonna go down in price. It's coming down a little under a month from now, the 23rd.
What day is
So
it? What day it's releasing
I'm
on? I
pretty
can't tell.
sure I'm pretty sure it's gonna release on a Friday, on the 23rd of March 2024. Which is
Um,
kind of wait, no,
March
never,
is
hold on a sec. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
it's
On
already
Thursday,
April.
holy moly, on Thursday is actually gonna be releasing this thing.
This Thursday?
No, not this Thursday. Next month on the 23rd of May, which falls on a Thursday and not a Friday. Usually Nintendo releases falls on a Friday. Almost
oh,
always,
that's
pretty
odd.
much.
That's
That's
odd.
interesting.
Yeah, so it's crazy. Let me go ahead here and look up.
One
Let
time I
me
found
see.
a copy of Chrono Trigger on DS for $100. I didn't
Uh-huh.
know it, but still, I
Share
found it.
screen.
And one time I
Okay.
got Going Between Worlds for 3DS for $20.
Uh-huh.
It was a pretty good
So
deal.
interesting. It seems that the
The
player choice is actually more expensive than the regular edition. But yeah, since it got released on the Switch, the prices is pretty low on the Super Mario Sunshine since the demand most of the demand has moved towards the Switch version now, as you can see. Now if you look up Super Mario Sunshine, or I mean Super Mario 3D All Stars, my bad. We see look at the prices, guys.
That's insane. Scalpers are like one of the worst things that have happened in like the video
They take
game.
a and they take advantage of the whole supply and demand thing. The thing is that there's a lot of copies out there still, and
I
yet
know.
now a lot of people are like loading up a lot of scalpers, like you said, or resellers. They're loading up a lot this game, and then they're going to sell it. They're going to artificially raise the price a lot earlier than it should be.
Didn't scalpers get to Amiibo? I wasn't there, but in like the early days of Amiibo, wasn't that a thing?
Yes, definitely was a thing. I was there at that time. I was
That was
I
literally
was
hunting
there, but I wasn't
amiibos at the
bowling
time.
gaming. I mean,
Yeah.
I was alive, but I wasn't bowling gaming at that time.
hmm Yeah, that's the crazy part about it. It's just that like um it's just raised these things, these amiibos, like they used to be worth like hundreds of dollars, some of them, the ones that you couldn't find. Now there a lot of those rare amiibos are pretty affordable these days, except for like
Yeah,
some
I got
exception like
mine. I
Pyro and
was told
Mifra.
that I got for about $15.
Like
yeah,
I'm
because
still waiting for Pyro and Mifra, and
they're
I'm
doing
seeing these
races
prices right now,
amiibos right now.
which is kind of
I don't
high.
know why Mifra was so popular. People put them in a jar.
Mm.
Mm-hmm. 64.99. You think these prices are fair, by the way, guys? What you're seeing here,
I
or
think they're
they're
a
too
little.
pricey?
What's the MSRP for average?
Well, considering the fact that one amiibo should be worth about 15.99 nowadays, if you multiply it by two, it's like 16 times two equals 32 plus tax 35, perhaps. It would
So
have
that's
been the retail price would have been between 35 to $40. But the
yeah.
problem is this is like a lot more than $40. This is
That's
like
almost
20
like
to 25 more.
that's almost twice the price.
Yeah, I mean, 54 is not that much higher, but it's still over retail. Look at
Yeah,
this. Look at this jerk right here. $92.99 for this. That's
Wow.
insane. So
You'll have trouble getting that sold. That's for sure.
yeah. So anyone wants to give me a Wii U or 3DS game for me to look up that you think is rare right now? I'm gonna start off with
Look up
Tomodachi Life.
uh Xenoblade Chronicles X next.
Oh, okay, sure, no problem.
I have Tomodachi Life. Didn't
Yeah.
know
So
it.
So since it's not available on Switch or anything like that, the prices has been kind of high. I mean, I'll admit I have resold a couple of these games before when I found it super cheap on a pawn shop and stuff like that. But I'm not scalping the crap out of this at least because like you don't find too much of them anyways.
yeah.
Broken Tomodachi Life for 42.99. Cartridge alone for 72.98.
The
Brand new
42
copies.
wasn't that bad.
But this one it doesn't work. That's the problem.
Oh, I didn't
So
see
it's
that.
not. Yeah, it's not really worth it. Yeah, the cartridge alone is $80 or so. Why it went so high? Well, the eShop is closed first of all, and second of all, you can't find this anywhere else. It can only be enjoyed on the Switch. I mean, on the 3DS. The Switch
Mhm.
has yet to have it. Yet Metopia has a Switch version already. By the way, if anybody wants to say anything in the chat or ask any question, feel free to do so. I know there's like 5 viewers, so this could be a little bit more than just us three there. So feel free to say hi if you want, and we could answer your questions anytime. So look at this copy of Tomodachi Life real quick.
Wow, that's crazy. That's
That is
crazy.
Oh,
so
hold
bad.
on.
Overpriced.
Yeah, you get the idea. It's It's crazy. Let's put Xenoblade Chronicle X, which is still can only be enjoyed on the Wii U right now. Let's see how much they're going for. Okay. Yeah, I know that the original Xenoblade is there.
Which doesn't I
Oh
know the
wow.
original Xenoblade Chronicles on Wii really expensive until Definitive Edition released.
Yeah, still not on the Switch. Oh, hello, Sonic Nerd. By the way, Sonic Nerd, I could send you a link so you could chat with us in the group if you want as well, and you let me know if you're able to. But yeah, look, a brand new copy of Xenoblade Chronicle X for $70. That's not too bad. I'm not gonna lie.
It didn't hit
For
that
for it,
bad.
it's not that bad. It was
It's
a lot
not.
higher before. It was
I
certainly a
really
lot higher
hope that
before. Uh-huh.
this is unrelated, but can we look up Xenogears for the PS1?
Sure. How much you think that's worth?
Like probably 100.
No, probably more than 100.
Actually,
Probably.
I agree with Milo. That we're not gonna count that. That's just that's just disc one, by the way. What's up, Sonic Nerd?
Oh,
Okay, I'm going to pass along the Streamyard link.
wow,
Give me a sec.
120. 100 and like actually $130 for Xenogears. That's insane.
Yeah, I actually bought it when it was $40 back in 2016, and I'm glad I did now. Mine's
Hey,
is in
Yeah.
pretty good
if I
shape.
give you my address, will you send me your copy of Xenogears the PS1?
You don't have it.
No. How about no? Because I only have that one copy, unfortunately. If I have a second copy, I'll show a lot cheaper than this at least because you're my friend. But let me go
Yeah.
ahead and yeah, this yeah, Taquito, it is live. If you can hear us right now, we are live.
Hello?
Let
Someone
me go
else there?
ahead and post this link. Just remember the rules, guys. If you want to join us to talk for a moment, I'm only gonna allow like one person at a time here with us, or two, and you gotta make sure that you're not
Are you
disrespecting the
sure
rules. Like
letting just anyone join us is a good idea?
I was gonna send that to Sonic Nerd because I know him very well. As for everybody else, like if they don't follow the rule, they'll be out immediately. That's just a heads
But
up.
I just think it should just be people you know for the first episode.
Yeah, I think that's fine because I am pretty sure other people I know that has done podcasts done it that way. Okay, let me send it to Sonic Nerd on Discord.
Okay.
Magmo, you're making a mistake just inviting anyone in. Something's bad's gonna happen, I can tell.
No, it's
Probably.
just Sonic Nerd. We know him.
Yeah.
I know, but if you're just inviting random people and then no.
Oh yeah, we got. Of course, we have to be careful with random people.
Yeah,
Definitely.
of course.
Like some of them are good. It's nice to talk to new people. In future streams, when we start getting more people on here and we have the moderation under control and stuff, but we'll have to set some rules for that.
Yeah.
This two only for $35. This two for $29.
It's not that
Well, I
bad.
guess if you want to get something, but it just adds up to that price as you get the whole thing.
In comparison, let's compare a game that has been re-released many times. Let's do the original Final Fantasy VII.
No, that I'm pretty sure that's very cheap right now. I mean, they didn't even have a storefront in the first place, so we're probably after this, we're probably gonna continue focusing on the topic for 3DS and Wii U.
Oh wow,
and
that's
then maybe
not
Switch
well.
as
The
well.
first one's pretty bad, but like $30.
Yeah, the black label is a little bit more rare, but the green one is actually more cheaper. But then again, like these black labels are pretty cheap too. I'm seeing now. It has been
Yeah.
re-released in many other consoles in the past. So
Yeah, so
that's exactly why it's cheap. Like it's super cheap.
I mean,
Unless you
Final
want
Fantasy
black
VII's on basically the original's on basically everything.
game. I have to show off Game and Wario for the Wii U. which is another one that's been affected by this. $125 for that. I remember I got this like 30 something dollars back in the day before the pandemic when it was that cheap. And like I said in Xenogear, I'm glad that I bought this, the time that I did, because look at the CD alone for at least $82. You
I
cannot
enjoy
find this in the eShop. It's not on the Switch,
it.
so
So
that
20.
factors in the price. Yeah, go ahead.
I unfortunately didn't become a Xeno fan until 2020.
Oh,
2022, I think.
at, at least most of the Xenoblade games are on the Switch right now, so they're pretty accessible still,
Yeah, but it's like I want to play
except for
Xeno
X.
games. I want to play a Xeno Saga, but there's just no way for me to do that because they're not on PC
Yeah,
or mobile.
Xenosaga is another game that has not been released anywhere else besides the PS2, especially the whole
Yeah,
trilogy.
yeah, the whole entire and
The
of
first one
course.
is cheap. The first one is cheap, so that much I would tell you. It's like $30.
Oh, really? I don't have a PS2, unfortunately.
The third one obviously is the most expensive.
Why is the third one the most expensive?
I think it's because there's a lot less copies than the other two out there, and if you want to complete the trilogy, you need to have that game. I actually do have that game as well, which is, if you look up back on my PS2 collection video, I have shown it there. But yeah, Xenosaga 1 and 2, they're pretty cheap. Like, you can get them both for like $60-$70 if you around there. But the third one, yeah, forget about it. I hope. Let me see. Taquito Trash says Squaresoft PS1 game got official reprints as recently as 2017. Yeah, actually, that's true, because like Squaresoft were still restocking PS1 games in their storefront for a long time, all the way up to the late 2010s. I don't know. I think that they still have a few of those PS1 games in stock on their website today, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh,
But there's only certain games. Yeah, as a matter of fact, I know that we're out of topic real quick, but that's fine. Yeah, Splatoon 1 is still cheap because Splatoon 2 and 3 actually are, similar to Splatoon 1, but Splatoon 1 has stuff that Splatoon 2 and 3 don't have. So I wouldn't sleep on this right now. It's super cheap now. You can get it easily. But, later on, it
Can we
could
look
get
up
more
the
expensive.
Skyward Sword Joy-Cons? I want to see it. I have them, and I want to know if they're worth anything.
Oh, these Joy-Cons for Splatoon, are you talking about?
No, for Skyward Sword.
Oh, Skyward Sword. Sure. That one's definitely not been printed anymore. Skyward Sword Joy-Con. That has definitely not been printed. Okay. This is not a bad price. $72. Yeah, they did sold out. Oh, they did, but they sold out. I got the last one, Final Fantasy Origins. Oh yeah, that
I
was
have
not
the
the Final
Skyward Sword Joy-Cons, actually. I got them.
Okay. Okay, the
Uh,
Skyward Sword
I
Joy-Con.
have a friend who, my
If
mom's
you
friend with Nintendo. Oh, wow.
if you want a new one, it's 180 now. But if you want a loose one, it's still pretty affordable. You could say. Okay.
interesting.
I
No,
will
for
say
the
that
next game. Name me any 3DS or Wii U game you think is rare right now.
probably
Hmm.
Wii U, but less people had the Wii U.
Yeah, but any games for rather Wii U or 3DS will be fine, and I can look it up.
Maybe no, not Nintendo Land.
I'm gonna
No,
say
Nintendo
Wii
Land is
U.
pretty cheap. It's pretty cheap still. Yeah, let's focus on Wii U for now then. I have a few in top of my head, but I just want to wait for you to guess if you know
Ooh,
any.
maybe
Yoshi's
Lu-
Woolly
the
World.
What you said, Milo?
new Luigi Crossed Out Bros or whatever it's called.
Okay, and Noob said Yoshi's Woolly World. The new Luigi one, since it has been reprinted a couple of times, being the combination of the new Super Mario Bros. U and Luigi U, it's not super expensive, but the green cover itself has some value. So if it's disc alone, it's not that expensive, $60. The same with
Okay,
this re-release as well. I would say the Luigi U is a little bit more expensive than the Mario Bros. U combined with that, just because of the green case. I would imagine at least. So let's go. Woolly World. I don't think it's that expensive because it's also on 3DS as well.
But it was. Uh, sorry, I don't know.
No, you're
What?
good. Yeah, it's still pretty affordable. If you want a brand new, it's almost the same price as retail back in 2015. Oh,
How
okay. We
much
got Sonic
is
Nerd here right
it?
now. I think he has a lot to say about this too. So I'm gonna welcome him right now. Hey, Sonic Nerd, what's up?
Hello, is this thing on?
Yeah.
Yes, I
Yeah,
can hear you.
we can
I
hear
can hear you
you.
All
perfectly.
right. Finally, I've been trying to get in here for a bit, and it's finally here. All right, so what are we looking at, guys? We're looking at game prices for things.
Yeah, and the whole topic is why retro game prices skyrockets after game console storefronts closes. Like just recently, we had the Wii U and 3DS Online close, and then
Oh
last
yeah.
year we had the eShop close. So, what are your thoughts about the whole thing?
Oh,
Sonic?
I have personal experience with retro game prices going up. So before the pandemic, before any of that, when I used to go game shopping for games, because I used to buy a lot of Wii games, like in gaming games, most, if not almost all of them, were dirt cheap, or really the only ones were like really big games that were rare, that were expensive. But for the most part, like even something as simple as, let's say, Kirby Air Ride, it was like $20. Like back when I
Uh-huh.
was still doing it, and then out of nowhere, like when I decided, hey, I should start buying old video games again, they just went
GameCube,
crazy
right?
high.
GameCube,
Yeah.
right?
I,
Oh
I,
boy, GameCube.
I think it's genuinely because for some reason, like all of a sudden, so when I started to buy those games, no, like people already stopped caring for that era of games. So like nobody was feeling like nostalgic.
Sonic
Nobody
Nerd,
wanted to go back to it.
Mike is
So
really loud.
Hold on. What do you said, noob? Hold on.
Sonic Nerd, your mic is really loud.
Oh yeah. Maybe lower the volume a little bit, or the mouth a little bit far away from a little bit away from the
I'm,
mic, just a little bit.
I'm a little farther. How is this?
That's a bit better.
Okay.
Better.
So So then, like back when I was doing it, nobody, like people already stopped caring about those games, and nobody had any desire to actually play them ever again. So when I was doing it, I was collecting it at a really good time because people stopped caring. Like the only places that were selling them were video game stores that really, for some reason, were selling them for a weird reason. And once I kind of stopped playing those games, well, I never really stopped, but once I kind of took a break from collecting them for personal reasons, all of a sudden everyone was getting a nostalgic for it. So then everybody started buying those games again, just out of nowhere.
When
And
the
then they
pandemic
decided,
came.
yes, like the pandemic made everybody say, you know what, Mario Sunshine was a pretty fun game. Let me go buy it. And then everybody said the same thing simultaneously.
Yeah,
And then
because
after
everyone were
that,
bored at home, and then everyone wants to buy video games all of a sudden, like in masses, and
I
that's
think
when the prices
I
go up,
I
and
have
it has not
something
come
that
down since
might
for the
be
most part.
interesting to hear me out on. I think the popularity of YouTubers that focus on retro games, for example, Scott the Woz, has influenced
oh
the
yeah, Scott,
pricing and
yeah.
demand of those
Yeah,
games. But
yeah, and Phoenix Resale as well for reselling video games as well.
and
It's
I
weird
don't
because
place
it's
any
there,
of the
but
blame
PS2
for
is still
the
kind of
insane
not there.
Scott himself.
Hold on, one at a
That's
time. One at a
problem
time.
so
Sorry.
but it's
Okay.
definitely that popularity has definitely
Yeah,
some influence.
popularity of retro games and a lot of modern games are not as good as they used to be. Retro games are just so much quicker to like start. You don't even have to literally do much. Okay, let me see something. Yeah, so
Well,
you will. There's no
retro games
loading
are really
times,
accessible.
no updates.
But a lot of
Yeah.
old school RPGs are just difficult for me to understand what I'm supposed to do next.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff.
Uh huh. Okay, Sonic Nerd. You could talk now.
I don't even remember what I was going to say, so it's fine. Just wait till this
But
one's
like
bad.
Okay, go ahead, Sonic Nerd.
It's definitely a hot take, but video games have always been somewhat predatory. In the days of the arcade, games were intentionally very difficult to keep you spending your quarters, and then in the NES, the 90s, and early 2000s, games were intentionally made to be cryptic to up playtime and to get people to buy guides. And then in 2010, the stuff we moved on to microtransactions
Right.
and
Yeah.
boxes and all that. So games have always been predatory. It's not a new thing at all.
I will reopen Nintendo eShop myself. Well, we kind of do have an eShop now. Well, if you have our modern 3DS, and then you could download literally any 3DS games that has ever came out in history, and you could download it easily for free now because Nintendo no longer supports the Nintendo eShop there. So that's the only way to do it. So it's justify the piracy now at this point, guys.
There's also the option that that is for the techies, which is get your thing homebrewed. I recently took my Wii to get homebrewed from a friend of mine, and I still don't know how to download games yet, but he'll teach me at some point. But I took the techie route.
Yeah. So basically, I have a Steam Deck, so I can pretty much emulate almost anything I want now at this point. I've been emulating Dreamcast, and you can emulate GameCube. You can have a portable GameCube with the Dreamcast now. That's how crazy that the Steam Deck is.
You can emulate GameCube on Android phones with the Dolphin emulator on phones now.
Technically, depending on the phone, it could be used there too. Go ahead, Sonic Nerd. You were going to say something?
The next thing you know, we're going to be playing our GameCube on our NESs, bro. Just wait. Just wait.
They're going to have to modify that GameCube with the more advanced chip and everything. It can't be the same NES. But yeah, I see what you mean there. Yeah, it's true because Nintendo will go after people that loves to, use their IPs in order to not make money, but for the fan, for people that love their franchise, and then Nintendo just goes after them.
Nintendo just hates their fans. They just hate their fans.
Yeah, let's just highlight this for Taquito Trash. Emulation is always okay, especially if it's Nintendo games. That's pretty
true
funny.
and real facts.
Yeah.
Real facts, 100% all the time.
Chitari says we should go back to the day where women were allowed to dress crazy like arcade games. The woke crowd really ruined things in gaming. What do you think about that?
That's not really true. Women are scantily clad in games all the time, even nowadays.
I mean, I'm pretty sure even nowadays, women are still dressing crazy as well.
Yeah, they're definitely crazy. Have you seen Lady Gaga?
Just look at characters in Genshin. They're dressed pretty crazy. It doesn't really have anything to do with politics.
I'm gonna continue the prices here. So any Wii U or 3DS games, any Wii U or 3DS games you want me to look up for to see if they're expensive or not?
So there's so I actually have two. So one of them I bought when it was $15, and then once my house burned, all of a sudden the prices skyrocketed, and I was like, no.
Ooh.
So one of them, Sonic Gems Collection on the GameCube. I bought it when it was dirt cheap. I literally bought it when it was dirt cheap. And I was trying to find it again. Nope.
No, it's not that expensive.
Yeah, but it's way more.
Sora. It's like $40-$60, I guess. If you want a brand new one, that's a lot, but I'm pretty sure you're not gonna get it like that.
The other one is definitely expensive. It's definitely expensive. I think it's kind of rare as well. It's Sonic Adventure 1 and 2 combo disc. I forget what it's called. Like it's like
Okay,
check that soon.
Something, Chiari. I agree with you. We need to. The women should be sexualized, but also we need to sexualize the men just as much. I need to see video game men and nothing but speedos way more often than I do.
Well, it shouldn't be forced, but it could be an option if you want that. I mean,
Yes,
There's
I
people that
want to
like
see
it,
the
there's
video
people that
game
don't want it.
industry goes.
I mean, if they're
Whoa,
gonna
snap.
put those woke stuff in, they shouldn't be forced though. That's what I'm gonna say. I mean,
I
if
don't
they
Yeah.
like the
want that
term
stuff, I
woke. It's
guess,
used just
me
the term woke
personally,
is
I
just
don't care.
used by people that I personally find unsavory, but I don't want to get into that too much right now.
By the way,
Yeah.
the most expensive Wii U game out there, Devil's Third,
Have
Oh
you
yeah, I
guys
heard of that.
mentioned, have
300
you
something
guys
dollars.
have you guys mentioned Pokemon Gale of Darkness yet?
That's another one that it has been skyrocketing even more than the pandemic.
I
That's the
think I
like
did it, and I sold it for a pretty good price.
As there's been so much of that copy out there. Okay, maybe it has lowered a little bit. I saw it last time for 250, but now it went down to 180, so not bad. But
That's not that bad.
typically is almost $200. So
Yeah,
and
like
now I
complete.
think
Yeah,
complete, yeah, 180 for a complete one is not bad too, for standards. I mean, I bought my copy for $21.99 back in 2017, and I'm glad I
right.
did. As a matter of fact, I'll be right back. I'm gonna show you that I still got the price tag on that game. You guys can keep talking in the meantime.
Okay.
Trying to think. Oh man. Oh, look. Another very expensive game. I don't know if it's still expensive now. It's like a really rare NES game. It's Flintstones on the NES. I wish.
I don't know. What?
I have to look that up. I have to look up how much it is. But if I look it up on my phone, all right now, this podcast setup is gonna delete, so I can't even look it up right now.
Oh, he says to look up for Bubsy 3D on PS1.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
there's a lot of talk about Bubsy 3D.
There's no way that game is expensive. That game is garbage. It's expensive. No way.
Oh, my bad. I'm not
Oh
looking
shit!
for phones
Not
here.
people. It's not
Hold-
that bad.
Brand new.
No
Right.
way. No way. People are not going to pay top dollar for Bugsy 3D on the PlayStation 1.
Oh, this is my copy of Gale of Darkness, by the way, guys.
Can we look
That's
up
cool.
Phobia
This is how
Ride?
much I paid for it back in the day.
I thought we were supposed to be
Can
talking
we
about
look up
Wii U
Phobia
and
Ride for the GameCube? Phobia Ride for the GameCube?
Yeah.
I'm actually going to get that game back at some point. I don't care how expensive it is. I need it back.
Yeah, okay,
Then
so
again,
it kind of
yeah,
went down a
comp
bit
would
because it was
$1,000.
70 something dollars before.
Oh, yeah. I guess it did go down a little bit. Yeah.
But the player's choice version is still pretty pricey right now.
That's what I used to have. I used to have Player's Choice Vision.
Yeah, so $74.99. It's I paid around that price a year or two ago.
You know what
Let's
other
see.
game? Like another
What is?
game that went.
Yeah, go ahead.
Go
Okay.
on.
Okay, I want to say let's focus on the 3DS part now, because
Right,
it's
yeah.
part of the topic of the whole thing. Because the 3DS recently closed down their online and their eShop. So if you know any 3DS games you want me to look for that actually went up in
Xenoblade
price,
Chronicles 3D.
I think that's pretty cheap still. I mean, there's like Wii version and a Switch version.
I just want to see what the prices are.
Pretty affordable. $20, 26. I
Oh,
remember the
that's
time.
not bad.
Yeah, there was a time that was expensive. I'll tell you that. I remember there was a time like 70 something, but it's definitely affordable now since there's better versions of the same game nowadays. So I have in my collection. It's pretty affordable. Now I'm gonna tell you which game on the 3DS is actually going up in price quite a bit. You guys remember Project X Zone?
No.
No.
Yes.
My expertise on the 3DS is a bit limited. I played it, but I didn't play it.
I'm surprised that it actually went down a little bit too. It was $80. It used to be over $100 for a new copy. Now it's like $80, which is okay.
I know of a game that we can look up.
Oh,
Go
what about
Go ahead,
Bravely
Milo.
Default?
Okay, let Milo
Code
say first.
Steam.
Huh?
Codename Steam. Codename Steam.
That's
is what
what
it's
that's
called.
actually one of the cheapest. That's one of the cheapest Codename.
I have that game.
That's like a $5 game or less.
Is it though? Is it really? Do you know your
Yes.
prices, Mr. Red Curb?
Oh, I know. I seen that thing tossed all over Walmart. There were a billion copies there. Nobody wanted it. A brand new copy for
Yeah, it's one of those. It's one of those third parties.
is one. Yeah, you do use Amiibos of Fire Emblem, which is the only reason why I bought it in the first place.
You get
Very
Crom.
cheap.
No, it's Robin, Lucina, Marth, and Ike, isn't it? With Abraham
pretty
Lincoln.
much. Oh yeah,
I
Abraham
have that
Lincoln's in
game,
the
but I
game
haven't
too.
played it.
The story
I mean, I
insane.
remember
Abraham Lincoln.
when they had loads of them in Walmart for $1 a piece, like literally when they were trying to get rid of them.
Okay, can we look at A Link Between Worlds?
Oh man.
Zelda, A Link Between Worlds.
Keyboard ASMR.
Pretty affordable. For
Oh
the
wow,
most
look at
part.
that. All right, I have a game.
Yeah,
so
it's pretty
this
common.
is- have you guys ever heard of the Shantae series? The first
Oh,
Shantae
yeah.
game that ever became of like a physical was Shantae and the Pirate's Curse on the 3DS.
They have a
Yeah,
re-release
sure.
coming from Limited Run this year.
Yeah, and that game is expensive right now. I actually bought it when it first
Yeah.
released, and it got
It was even more expensive. Like a couple years ago, it was almost $100. It's pretty
Yeah.
expensive now.
back when I got it, it cost like $30. So
I would love to have a physical version of this game. I only have the digital version, but this new limited run, I like it a little bit more. The box art. I'm not gonna.
yeah,
lie.
that one does look a little better. It does. I
Yeah.
totally agree.
It's more colorful. It fills up the whole screen.
Wait a
It is.
minute. Minecraft on
about the
3DS.
Persona
That one's
Q-
rare.
Wait, what about the
Check-
Persona
check
Q
Minecraft.
games on 3DS?
One at a time. What you said, Noob first?
The Persona Q games on 3DS?
Oh yeah, that one's kind of becoming rare
Let me
because it's
see.
like one of the last official release. No, well, Q1, not Q2.
What? No. Oh, jeez, I'm getting sick
Oh.
looking at that price. Oh my god.
$70, $80, $64 for the cartridge alone.
Jesus Christ, those are some.
Yeah, it was the last retail release on the 3DS ever. And if you want the whole thing, it's $250. Of course,
Oh,
I'm not
yeah.
surprised there.
Pretty wild.
Let's see what other 3DS games we can look for.
Minecraft for the new 3DS. That
Yes,
one
look
is
that
a rare
up.
one.
That'd be funny as
It's
hell.
not that rare, trust me.
I thought it
I think
was.
it's nah. I'll be surprised if it is
Totally
rare now.
have some problem
I'm
and
pretty sure it's rare now. I remember hearing it's rare now. Oh, it's dirt cheap. Never mind.
Shitari, we're not gonna talk about it here, so I'm gonna delete the comment. That's all I'm gonna say. Oh wow,
Oh,
200. We're not talking about that since it has nothing to do with the topic.
I don't know where I heard it was rare from. Never mind. I don't remember where I heard that. Never mind. I guess I'm stupid.
Yeah, no, you're not stupid, but anyways, Minecraft it's a pretty common game, and it's
Damn.
in many other consoles as well, so it's not something that's like sought after.
yeah, test Taquito to just
Dragon
ignore
Quest,
it.
however, the Dragon Quest game has been pretty pricey. Dragon
Dragon
Quest
Quest.
8, yeah, Dragon Quest 8. We could start with that. $205 for a brand
Oh,
new copy.
no way.
Oh, that's
Thanks.
insane.
Oh my god.
Yeah, $100 for. Yeah, you get the idea.
Damn.
Yeah, wow.
And
Give me a heart
the
attack.
game alone. I remember that they were on
Coach,
clearance.
we're having a problem in chat again.
Chitari, we're not gonna talk about because it has nothing to do with the topic. I'm not gonna address drama here, okay? If you can't respect that, I'm gonna have to ban you. So just saying.
It might be a good idea too.
Also, I forgot to ask this. How bad is my mic quality? I
It's
don't have my
actually pretty good.
Oh,
actually pretty
great.
good. It's not bad.
Oh, good. Because
Yeah,
I'm
you're
using my phone directly. Like I have no mics or anything. I'm just using a phone.
I'm using a phone too.
Same.
I would have been using my really good podcast mic, but my computer is dead pretty much, so I have to buy
I
a new
think we
one.
can take care of the situation
No,
in chat.
I already dealt with. I already dealt with it. Don't worry. We're not talking about drama here, okay? While we're streaming, we're not gonna touch it because it's just gonna ruin the stream for everyone else that's watching.
Yeah, right. Just
Yeah, I already banned them for the chats.
okay.
Yeah. To say it's not because I'm a coward, it's just that we're not talking about in the stream. That's all I'm gonna say. And we're trying to move on from it. That's all. Okay, let's keep going. Let's see. Dragon Quest 7, I think.
But how many Dragon Quest games are on 3DS? I don't actually
There
remember.
are a couple of them. This one is not too bad, apparently, compared to Dragon Quest 8. But it definitely is not that cheap either. So, you get the idea.
Are any of the Sonic Boom games are really expensive on 3DS or Wii U? I don't know anything about those games, so.
I don't think they were. I think Sonic Boom is like really cheap because no one wants that game.
That's true. Nobody, not even. Well, not even me. But I feel obligated that I have to pick it up at some point. I don't want it.
Yeah. Let me see. What are 3DS games or Wii U games? So before we go to the retro stuff.
3DS games.
Yeah, rare 3DS games. Do you know any? I know some. I'll throw one more. Dead or Alive Dimension.
The original Bravely Default.
Oh, that one's Bravely Default is actually not that rare and expensive.
Oh, what about NES Remix? Like, do any of you guys remember the NES Remix games?
Yes, I do.
Oh yeah. Hold on, Dead or Alive Dimension not that pricey as it was before.
What about Shin Megami Tensei 4 Apocalypse or the other 4?
There's a Dead or Alive on 3DS? What the hell? I didn't know that.
Apocalypse, and then we could go with Soul Hacker like Taquito Trash. Megami Tensei. Apocalypse. I remember I saw that like a few years ago in my game stores. You don't see that anymore now though. Let's see. Okay, for a brand new copy being 65, it's not that bad, but it's definitely it's not that cheap either.
Yeah.
And what about Soul Hackers? Yeah, Soul Hackers kind of high, I think.
What other 3DS games did I have? Because I didn't have.
What about the Resident Evil game on 3DS? Resident Evil Revelations, I think it was.
Yeah, that one's kind of cheap. Resident Evil Revelations. Yes, pretty affordable still. $25, $29.
Oh, I thought it'd be more rare.
Were like a whole eShop clothing, if you
exactly. If you look up my top 10 rarest 3DS games, let me see if I can actually show it to you guys. If anyone, one of you guys actually saw that video that I made of my top 10 rarest 3DS games, Yokai Watch appears quite a few times.
Oh yeah,
I haven't checked it out yet.
Yokai Watch just isn't as popular as Pokemon, is it? Yokai Watch is pretty much bigger in Japan.
It's a lot bigger in Japan, that's for sure.
One of my friends used to be obsessed with the Yokai Watch, to the point where we went on an adventure and walked an hour, and a half to a GameStop just to pick it up.
Oh,
Bye, PlayStation.
Yokai Watch 4 3DS. Let's see if we can find some. And oh, my bad. It's Yokai Watch 3. Okay, so Yokai Watch 2 Psychic Specters is $215. You could barely even find Yokai Watch 3 because there's not a lot out there. This one is $500.
Oh my god!
Just out of curiosity,
$400 here.
Okami Den.
Yeah.
Sequel to Okami on DS.
Okami Den. It's kind of high, but it's not super high. But we can look it up.
Yeah.
That never had a storefront to begin with, so there was
Right.
always a lot of copies out there. $59.99. But it doesn't really matter too much the storefronts. If there's a lot of copies physically out there still, it's the price is still gonna stay pretty low. What's gonna affect it mostly are the exclusive games, the rare game, and Fire Emblem Special Edition. It's probably gonna be the most expensive one. Oh, one of the most expensive one out there. Look at that.
Yeah, Fire Emblem Fates.
Fire Emblem Fates Special Edition.
Mm.
$500, $600, and look, cartridge
'cause it
alone,
includes all the
$549.
DLC with it as
That's
well.
crazy.
That's literally insane. So crazy.
Because it's
Yeah,
it's
that's
two games
actually
plus the
beautiful.
DLC.
Uh-huh.
It's the two separate games plus the DLC because you get to pick whatever game you get.
Yeah.
Side you pick.
It is the only way you could get Revelations on a physical cartridge. There's no other ways unless you get it digitally.
And no
Yeah.
other way.
Um,
Well,
I'm just gonna name another random 3DS game that I know because, like I said, my experience with 3DS was kind of limited. So one of the games I used to own, how Sonic and Sega All-Star Racing transformed the 3DS?
Oh, okay. I'll check that soon. I have to recheck the Barbie game.
that game's on Steam still, I'm pretty sure. So I'm
Wait,
pretty sure it
What
went
is
okay,
that?
that's-
Wow, that's a cheap game. Whoa, never mind. It gets Skyrocket. It went
wanna
from
buy
like
it?
dirt cheap to what the.
Oh, look, $5,000.
hey,
I mean,
look up.
if I have it on Barbie, so I would probably buy it.
Uh-huh. Okay, what was the game you? Oh, Sonic and
Sega All-Star Racing transformed. Yeah.
Sega.
That shouldn't be that expensive because it's on Steam.
Yeah, but like that's that version. I mean the 3DS
I
version.
got the three. I do have the Wii U version.
Why
of
is
that.
it so expensive? Is that like a meme or something?
Pretty cheap.
Oh wow.
Oh, brand new
Wow.
copy.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. So if you ever want it, it's really affordable.
I would.
Um,
I would
what
rather
ab-
not.
what
That's
about-
actually my least favorite in the series.
I see. Go ahead, Noob.
Which Sydney?
Chibi Robo Zip Flash.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
that was actually
that-
pretty cheap. That's very cheap.
No one's gonna want that game.
I
But what
know,
about
but I
the
just want
Walmart
to see for myself.
Are you telling me that nobody wants the Walmart exclusive game?
Oh yeah,
Is
Majora's
Doobie
Max
Robo
3 is
Whip
pretty.
Flash?
Yeah, so $17, $15, $9 for new one.
Oh, you're breaking my heart. You're breaking my heart. Oh man.
Yeah, it was very underrated, underappreciated.
Such a good
Unfortunately,
game. Yeah.
I
so-
personally,
such a-
I personally like the
such a
game.
classic.
I personally like the game because it's a 2D platformer for Chibi Robo, which is something different, I guess.
This
game
game
guess
blows.
But I guess they want the original one on the GameCube, which is a lot more expensive.
Oh man.
Yeah, $250 for that one.
Damn. 250. That's crazy.
And the DS version is not that bad, but it's. And let's go with Majora's Max 3D next. Yeah, the one for it used to be a Walmart exclusive. Fun fact. Chibi
Wait a minute,
Robo
Ocarina of Time
Patrol.
3DS? Oh, what about that one? Ocarina of Time 3DS? Like they released Ocarina of Time, right?
Yeah, let's.
Yeah, we have to do Ocarina of Time next after Majora's
Oops.
Mask.
Majora's Max, $19, brand new. Because in Asia they still have brand new copies of 3DS first party titles, like quite a few of them. They're still restocking over there. So there's $19 there, $24, $20. Yeah, it's
We'll
pretty
have the
affordable,
price I paid for it on Amazon.
thankfully. Or Ocarina of Time.
I remember the
3DS.
commercials with Zelda Williams of that game. That's about it.
Oh yeah, that's
Oh yeah, I remember that.
sweet and awesome.
Oh, yeah, Robin Williams' daughter, right?
Yeah, Robin Williams' daughter. Robin Williams was actually a huge Zelda fan. He named his daughter after the games.
Yeah, I remember seeing those commercials on TV when I was a kid. So
$30.
Yeah.
$30 for a brand new copy of Zelda.
Oh.
that's
Not
rad.
bad. I mean, if we like a link between worlds.
Yeah,
also
so
was around.
most 3DS games are still pretty cheap and affordable because there's like millions of copies out there.
What about Super Mario Maker?
Very,
know?
very, very cheap. Like it's so cheap. Like you could.
I mean the 3DS version specifically.
Yeah, the 3DS version.
Oh man, like I thought that it was yeah, that one sucks. That's the worst one.
Yeah, that's the crappy one. Even the Wii U version is pretty cheap. It's yeah, it's not that much more than the other one. Look at that. A CD only for $5.95.
Oh
So
wow.
still in the
Yeah,
call.
super affordable. And now it's even more useless unless you have Pretendo and
Wait,
stuff.
I know. Let's do Hyrule
It's
Warriors.
useless.
The 3DS
Hyrule
version.
Warriors, okay.
Pretty cheap.
Hyrule Warriors.
Yeah, or Hyrule Warrior Legends for 3DS. It's pretty affordable.
Yeah, because the Switch version.
There's a Switch version, exactly.
Wait, what
I
about
feel
Wind
like-
Waker HD or Twilight Princess HD?
Oh, that one's definitely expensive.
Yeah. I feel like the boom for like Wii U and 3DS, it's still
There you
in
go.
its infancy. Oh, like it hasn't fully kicked in yet, but there are some games where it's kicking in, but
Steel.
it's not really as many as I feel like in the next 5 years it's gonna boom way higher.
Yeah, this game
I
hasn't came
think-
out on Switch yet, so that's why it's still pricey. When it comes on Switch, it is gonna tank. But if
I
it
give
doesn't, then it's
the
gonna
Wii U
maintain
and
its
3DS
price.
5 more years, and then all the games are gonna skyrocket with crazy prices.
Yeah,
that's
like
the-
GameCube. Yeah, go
Uh,
ahead.
It's not given. The Switch is almost done with its lifespan. We don't know if it will come to Switch.
No.
Yeah, who knows?
Oh,
We don't know. We don't even know how long Switch is gonna last, just because we don't even know about the new console yet.
You're right.
Well,
It could either be the Switch 2
The Switch is
or
7 years old. It's getting old. It's like a dog. It's starting to get old.
Yeah, and yet Nintendo continues to use it as its main console for now, which I'm not complaining. But you know what? If they want to like compete with the Steam Deck and the ROG Ally and stuff, they're gonna have to like compete very soon. At least they can still keep the Switch having new games and all, but you know, the successor needs to be the market soon. I think.
I agree.
Yeah.
The Switch. I think the Switch 2 is going to be backwards compatible. I mean, it'd be really
should be.
stupid not for it not to be
Yeah.
backwards compatible.
It has
I hope
to be.
so.
Yeah, PS5 is backward compatible with PS4, so why the Switch wouldn't be Switch 2, right?
That is true.
Also, it'd be stupid for it not to be backwards compatible just because the
Mhm.
Switch sold so well.
Yeah, Switch. Yeah, the Switch has been sold for a while. Like we're on its 8th year now for the Nintendo Switch, actually. Because
Oh,
2017.
8 years. Wow, it doesn't even feel
Oh,
like it.
hello, Shelly Taze. You said they need to have a lot of units so scalpers don't buy them all and ruin the market. I could agree there.
Bro,
They need to have plenty of time to make plenty of them, have it all stacked up, so when they're ready to review it, they're already ready to be shipped. I think this is the first time I see Shelly Taste here, so welcome to the stream, by the way.
Hi,
Any other
Shelly.
games?
Yes, hi.
What's up? Any other games?
hi, Shelly. Cause how much longer is this podcast going to go for?
I'll give it maybe at least 15, 20 minutes more since we're already reaching the hour, but we have a new viewer, so we could stay a little bit more for the viewer. Because like I don't know what's wrong with YouTube, but whenever I upload a stream, I have 871 subscribers to this channel, and yet I think that YouTube does not notify most of my subscribers that I have a live stream. Because if it actually did, I would have had at least 10 to 20 viewers watching the stream right now on a Friday night. So you can imagine. Instead of like 2 or 3 watching, and you get the idea. So
Oh wait,
Yeah.
I have an idea. What about the Oracle of Ages and Seasons? What about Game Boy games?
retro?
Those ones like 3DS eShop. Like
Yeah, that since that game has been released a few times.
Like
You
Zelda.
didn't know? Oh, you didn't know that the eShop closed down? Yeah, it closed down back in 2023. I think it was March 2023 when it closed down, if I'm not mistaken.
I think it was later on in the year, but yeah,
I
2023.
think it was March. Yeah, I really think it was March. Okay, $54.99 for Ages. I did play Ages, and I loved it, and I beat it.
So
And
yeah, but a
Oracle of
lot of Game Boy
Seasons.
games are on
Yeah,
3DS, Game Boy
yeah.
Color.
It has been re-released in several other consoles on the eShop
Yeah.
or part of the Nintendo Switch Online, which they are now. So that's why the prices are down.
They're
If it
not
was
really.
not available on those platforms, it would have been way more expensive because it came very late in the 3DS in the Game Boy Color's lifespan.
Right.
Yeah, I feel like it would be the same with Minish Cap because that was on the Wii U eShop.
Minish Cap
This
is
is on the
pretty
big
pricey,
console.
but then again, it also got re-released. Minish Cap
It was on the Wii U digital console, so I feel like it'd be
GBA.
less than it would be.
Yeah, it's a shame, but if you're able to mod your 3DS, which generally is pretty easy to do, you just need a 3DS, an SD card, and a computer, so you can pass some of the files, and you should be able to hack it pretty quickly. All I would say is
Don't
that
really feel like
everything
putting
we
it.
have the Ace Shop. We do have the Ace Shop for that, so we can get
Right.
all those digital games that we could play. Look at this. If you want an authentic Minish Cap for Game Boy Advance, it is $90. And
Yeah,
this
'cause I had it on
copy
the
is
Wii
the
U.
European version.
Because I had it on the Wii U digital console thing.
Yeah, it was pretty cheap there, but you can't even get it there anymore. You can only play it through the
Yeah.
Nintendo Switch Online legally now.
And all those digital exclusive 3DS and Wii U games are basically just lost time legally. They are.
Legally, yeah. That's why I don't blame people when they're pirate. They go sell the One Piece to search for the One Piece, and the One Piece is actually all those pirated games that they're looking for, so they can actually play it because pretty much Nintendo hid them all in the one place, and you can't find
The
it.
One Piece is
Yeah.
the One Piece was actually the crime we committed along the
So
way.
if you want to join the Straw Hat Pirates and pirate these games, go ahead.
The
What's
One
that
Piece was
game?
the crime we committed along the way.
It's a block and a CD or like a Switch cartridge. Oh, which game are you referring to, Shirley? Is it the Minish Cap that we were showing right now, or is it something else? I know some Switch games are already pretty expensive out there, like
I
Code
mean,
of
Switch games
Princess.
haven't gone down in price at all. Like they rarely go down in price.
Oh yeah, definitely not. None of their like first party games. But yeah, stuff like this, 124, you get the idea.
Yeah.
Fairy Tale for Switch is another pricey one, and the Atelier series too. Okay, this
remember
one's
wanting
not too bad, but Atelier, Risa, Switch. Now $100 for the second one, so we're already getting rare Switch. Is that for like a new Switch card? If you're talking about the Game Boy Advance version, that's just digital on the Nintendo Switch Online. Which, if you come pay the membership, which if you want the Game Boy Advance one, you're gonna have to pay $50 a year for that, alongside the N64 and the Genesis. So if you just want to play one particular game legally, you literally have to pay $50 just to have access to it.
That's why piracy is the best crime.
Uh-huh. Well, most people haven't went to jail just for playing it. And what's illegal is actually selling it and claiming it as your own. Now, that's illegal.
I thought downloading the mods for it were illegal, so maybe we shouldn't admit to committing crime on a public podcast. But okay.
Literally every YouTuber out there talks about emulation and homebrew and stuff like that. So I think we'll be fine.
No, we're fine.
Yeah.
Unless we're selling like, pirated games and stuff like that, then we will be worried. But we're not doing that, so we're fine. What is the Game Boy? I don't know what it is. Well, Game Boy is like the first Nintendo well, it's technically the second Nintendo handheld ever released. The first was the Game & Watch. Yeah, the first was the Game & Watch. Then it was the Game Boy. Well, Shelly, I'm going to show you what a Game Boy looks like so you have an idea. Oh, my bad. Let me go back here because you're not going to be able to see it. Because the thing with StreamYards is like it only focuses on one tab. You can't just change it. It's not bad. This is what a Game Boy looks like. People
I don't think I've
nowadays,
ever held like an old school Game Boy. I
Yeah.
don't even think I've held a Game Boy
yeah,
Advance.
yeah. So basically, there are people that makes custom Game Boys these days that have a backlit screen, so it could look more modern of today. As a matter of fact, some of these Game Boys that they customize, they even have a USB-C charger, which is pretty nice.
Yeah,
Unlike middle school, that
Shelby,
sounds
it is
kind of
pretty
old.
good.
Yeah,
The game they
I don't
released
blame you
in
for not.
India.
I really don't blame you for not knowing about the Game Boy. You're born if you're in middle school, especially. You were probably born with the 3DS and stuff, and the Switch,
Yeah.
or probably the Switch just coming out. You were like starting grade school. That's
Yeah,
how
also,
old the Switch is right now, too.
I grew up with the DS and 3DS. I grew up with the Wii.
SP. By the way, this Emerald that's only $15 is a repro. That's why it's that affordable. It's not the authentic
Interesting.
one.
I'm 21.
I'm in my 30s right now. I grew up with the
21
Game Boy
and
myself.
Milo, 19.
Yeah, you guys are
Yeah,
still like in
19.
your early 20s. Oh, Milo is 19, Noob is 21.
I'm turning 20 this year.
Yeah, and Sonic Nerd, you're 21 as well, right?
Yes.
So Sonic Nerd and Noob are the same age then.
And then you 36, right, Magbo?
Yeah, I'm 36. I don't
Old
look
man.
it. I don't look it, but I'm definitely 36. I'm a millennial. You guys are Gen Zs. Well,
Yeah.
you know, but we're all good. We're all good. We're all adults anyways. Doesn't matter the age
Yeah.
at that
Yeah.
point. Okay, let's see.
Yeah, that's pretty old.
Yeah, so I get
Oh,
to
I
say stuff like bruh and lit now.
Yeah, bruh. There's a Game Boy Color. Okay, so there's a Game Boy Color. The one that guy would play with the Pharma Max, they're cool too, but no video games. Oh, Pharma Max. So one in Aguadilla. Well, or is it another town in Puerto Rico? Let me know, because I know I have a Pharma Max in my town. Anyways, yeah. So there's a Game Boy Advance SP. This one's actually not that expensive, to be honest. But there are a lot of custom out there for Game Boy Advance SPs. By the way, in 10 minutes, I think I'm going to be ending the stream. So just giving you guys a heads up.
All right.
So if you guys want me to search for anything else, we could do that.
Let's
Trying
look
to
up
find my
that
Game
one.
Boy.
Let's look up. Let's look up Kirby's Epic Yarn. I just want to see.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
Harry Yarn.
The one on the Wii is super
Like
cheap,
Wii
but the 3DS
Wii
is
Epic.
actually, yeah, Kirby's Epic Yarn 3DS. That's extra Epic Yarn. This one's pretty pricey.
Oh what?
Yeah.
Wow, that is pricey.
Because it's the best
Okay.
way to play. It is
Um,
literally the best way. The best way to play this
3DS.
game.
I
pretty much.
managed to snatch some 3DS.
If it's on 3DS, you wouldn't think that. Yeah.
Yeah. Uh huh. This one looks pretty. Oh, it's just the insert in the case. There's no game on it. Okay. Of course. Yeah. So, but Epic Yarn the Wii is super cheap. In comparison, I don't know why we cannot
What about
find it.
Kirby
Okay.
Planet Robot?
It's pretty affordable now because they got restocked like crazy in Asian countries.
Yeah.
The
But
World
then
Edition.
DS region locked.
No, well, it is. Unfortunately, 3DS is region lock, but this version right here can be played on American Switch. 3DSs. So this is pretty much the region of the US.
Because I have a European copy of Xenoblade 2. Because my parents got Xenoblade 2 for me, and if the Switch
it works. Yeah, the Switch is region free.
I would not be able to play Xenoblade 2, or at least the copy that I own.
Yeah, but the Switch is region free, so you can play that no problem there.
Yeah, I know. It's
Yeah.
very cool.
Which is-
that
which
it's
is-
very
Which
cool.
is nice to know. You can play Japanese games no problem there too. and you can make accounts from Japanese as
who's
well
gonna
in the same
explain
space.
the concept of region locking? Okay, Shelly. Basically, region locking is when you can only that
Play
a
a game
console
for
from
the
that
people.
region from that area can only play games that were made and released and published in that area. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think. Yeah, the thing is that in older consoles, a lot of them are region locked. But what's funny is that the Super Nintendo, for example, is technically is region free, but you have to cut a specific piece in order for it to be played on Japanese console, I think, or Japanese games on our American Super Nintendo. You have to cut a specific piece of the plastic or something on the Super Nintendo so you can actually play it. So
Yeah, but
there's a trick
then,
about that.
but yeah,
Basically,
but
you
with
play a US
American
game on
Switch, I
your
can
console.
play
Yeah.
a European game, no problem.
Yeah. By the way, Planet Robobot US version is actually more expensive compared to the World Edition because some people cares about the US version since that's literally out of print for years now. But if it's the
But
World Edition, it's super affordable. So that's a
How
fun fact
about
for you guys to know.
oh wow.
Yeah.
How about Mario Party Top 100?
Yeah, I think that one's pretty affordable still. Shelly said there's a lot of games I keep saying that I don't know. What are the type of games you play, by the way, Shelly? I'm just curious, so we could be on the Mario Party Top 100s.
we're talking about a lot of retro games and older
Yeah,
games might not have
exactly.
might not have been around for.
But trust me, they're definitely worth trying out. Yeah, unfortunately, the Nintendo eShop on 3DS and Wii U just recently shut down. So unless you mod it, you can't really play any more digital games there if you don't have any already. Yeah, so top 100 is pretty cheap.
What about Tetris 99? That's cool. I haven't really played that myself, but it would get
Okay. Then you said
What about
Bravely
what
Default?
about Animal Crossing Amiibo Festival? I just want to see.
Oh wow.
That's gonna be one of the
let's do
cheapest
that
Wii U
one.
one. Yeah. Let's check this real quick since you asked for it earlier and I forgot to show it. So Bravely Default is decently affordable. What about Blue Reflection? That has gone down a little bit, Blue Reflection. It used to be a lot more expensive, but they reprinted it last year. And they're talking about the PS4 version. It's an anime girl game.
Oh, I like
It's
Animal
pretty affordable.
Shelly.
Yeah, the second one's on the Switch, by the way. Second Lights on Nintendo Switch. That one's it's a little bit cheaper. It's still, but these are mostly like European versions. Okay, the American version's around, standard price for now. So good. Yeah, because it's still out there. Yeah, by the way, welcome May Milterman. First time I don't. I think it's the first time I see you there. So welcome to the stream. I appreciate it. Look up Lane on PS4, PS1. Yeah, so you could tell that the people that if we're talking about PlayStation 1 or N64 or GameCube, were from the older generations, most likely.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we're looking at Blue Reflection last time, Shelly. Okay, PlayStation. Lane for PS1, I can't even find it. They're giving me like
I
hats.
think with Serial Experiments Lane, like the anime I've heard of, but I haven't watched the anime.
Holy, yeah, we found it. $710,
Wow.
$950.
Yeah,
Oh
That is-
boy,
That's
definitely a lot
absolutely
of money.
ludicrous.
that's crazy. That's
For a video
insane.
game, that's
And in
ludicrous.
Jesus Christ, you could buy a PC
Well,
with that.
How about Pokemon Box for the GameCube? Do you
Pokemon
think
Box? Oh.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
yeah,
$2,199.
You're killing
And
me.
Oh,
And if you
Look
Nintendo.
check
up,
my book on video,
Pokemon
it's
Coliseum.
3,500. Look, brand new, $8,000, 8 grand. If you want a
No
brand new
way.
copy. So,
No
Holy shit.
way.
Could you like
yeah,
buy
hell
a
yeah.
house with $8 grand or something?
What you said, Noop?
Could you like buy a very small house with $8 grand?
I don't think most houses are affordable at that price, but maybe, like maybe
No, I'm talking like a
a mobile
small, a
house.
tiny, very small house.
Yeah, maybe like a mobile house. You could probably get it around that price.
That's what
Animaniacs
I
for
meant.
GameCube. Oh, Animaniacs. I've been really into Animaniacs lately. It's time for Animaniacs. Yeah,
I
so
knew it.
$94. Yep, they're not that cheap. $180 for a used copy. But it kind of like goes up and down. It's like a big price difference there. But if it's a very good condition one, I guess it's a lot more. Yeah, it's pretty pricey. I'm kind of curious about that game, but not for that price. I'll probably get the Dolphin emulator on my Steam Deck and try it out there later on. That's what I'm probably gonna do. Okay, so we're almost done. We got 5 minutes left. Is there any other last games you want me to search for before we do a conclusion on this whole thing?
Not really that I can think of.
I don't think I have anything to contribute either.
Okay, well in that case, we're going to end it in a few
Yeah, I don't
minutes
have
now.
anything either.
Okay, I
Okay.
think
I think we checked quite a bit. So what you got? Let's do a conclusion on this topic. What do you think retro video game prices are gonna be like 3 to 5 years from now or so? One at a time. Who wants to go first?
unless we get more ports of a lot of the older games to modern platforms, they're just going to keep increasing.
Yeah, I
Because
think
they're
that
gonna
the
get-
Switch games and the 3DS games and the Wii games are going to be the next ones to actually go up like crazy because the people entering college now this year, they grew up with the Wii, and some of them grew up with the 3DS as well.
Yeah, I'm in college and I grew up with the 3DS and the Wii.
Yeah.
Thank you, Shelly. That's very sweet.
Yeah, actually, May Milterman, the Disney basketball game, I actually mentioned in the top 10 rarest GameCube games out there, and it's super duper king expensive. I'll tell you that. Go ahead, Sonic. Do you want to say your thoughts about the whole thing now too?
I think that that once the new era of games starts to make a resurgence, eventually a previous one, like let's say now Wii has its sudden boom. I feel like after a while the GameCube is finally gonna go back down again. Because I feel like at that point people have had their like nostalgia high saying, okay, I've re-experienced it now and it'll go back down. I think
Okay.
I think it might happen. I don't know because this whole nostalgia boom hasn't really ended yet. If it'll end at all. So we have to see. And then so on, like and so forth. Oh, the Wii U is have its boom. And then, I guess the Wii, like people had their nostalgic high for the Wii, so now the Wii U is gonna be the thing, and then the Wii is gonna drop. I think it's gonna go like that. But we'll see. You never know. Because the NES, it's still kind of there, but not really. It's kind of dying. I think in terms of like it being so high now, I think the NES is starting to go a bit.
Oh
cheaper
wow!
side, I
Look
think.
what this guy said. The next video game crash will happen soon, and everyone will stick to playing Fortnite.
But
No.
There ain't no way I'm playing Fortnite.
Ah,
I'm sorry.
yeah.
I really want
That
to.
gets us past,
Like I got my collection.
default.
I got my emulators and stuff.
No,
I'll
I'll play Genshin instead of Fortnite. I've literally never played Fortnite.
Me neither.
I refuse to play
Yeah,
Fortnite.
well, you're not missing much. Like as someone who plays it with friends only, you're not really missing much. I mean, like I barely care about it as it is. I just have it for to hang out. That's it. I don't care about the game.
Exactly.
Yeah, playing with friends sounds like it might be a good time, but with people online, like Among
Yeah.
Us in that way, it's not really
Play
fun
Among
with Among Us.
Yeah.
It really is fun with your friends.
Yeah, that's true. Hey,
Ow. Yeah.
Milo, by the way, did you wanted to say anything about your thoughts on how game price is gonna be like 3 to 5 years from now, like in the next
Well,
generation? We're gonna have generation beta apparently soon next year, which is
Oh
crazy.
hell no.
That's literally why I found out recently. Yeah, go
The
ahead,
con of
Milo.
betas. Con of betas.
Not us, but the new generation. You guys are Gen
Yeah,
Zs.
yeah. I mean, like we're calling them betas.
Yeah.
Get
Okay,
good.
Milo, go ahead.
When
okay,
is
so
Generation Sigma?
No, let Milo talk.
Okay.
Go ahead, Milo.
so the thing is like recently some game companies have like you said like game prices in like 5 7 years or something like that. Like even newer games are going to be more expensive because some game companies have decided to push $70
Yeah, just
of game
like even Switch games
Tears of the
like
Kingdom.
Tears of the Kingdom, $70. Mortal Kombat 1 for Switch for $70, and it's a crap port compared to the PS4 and
Yeah,
PS5 versions.
yeah, like I think it was like Skull and Bones or whatever the heck that game was called or something.
Yeah, I think.
Uh,
What was it?
even like newer games are going to be like more expensive than like
Inflation, man.
$60. Yeah, inflation, but a lot of people don't really think it is inflation that's the problem. I don't know why.
It kind of still is, but in some ways it isn't because it still stayed at $60 for a new game all this time. But then don't be surprised that technology is gonna advance to the point that you're not gonna find too many cheap game consoles like you did in the past, and
Yeah,
people goes to alternative like retro consoles being modernized yeah, because like Steam Deck's pretty expensive still, but but you get the idea.
yeah. Um,
Uh-huh.
and like game as like Sonic Nerd said, some
Yeah.
games. Shoot, what was that? Something about nostalgia. I'm pretty sure. Like
Nostalgia
earlier.
hits, right?
Yeah,
Through each
nostalgia.
generations. Like whatever
Yeah,
console they grew
that,
up with, they're gonna want to buy it back when they're older.
yeah. That's also one like the big.
Just need to say something really quick. Tico,
Okay.
I don't think your friend's talking about economics.
No, we're just mentioning it as part of the retro prices, the retro gaming prices of today, more or
Yeah,
less.
like classic games. Like they can be expensive, but it really depends on like how much is out there.
Mm-hmm. It
Like
is.
a lot of Wii U games and like 3DS games, they did pretty well in sales. Like they're not that rare. I can
A lot of games are
think
not
of a
that rare. It's
handful,
only a handful.
a handful of rare things, but
Uh-huh.
it really depends on like how people. I feel like a nostalgia factor is like one of the big parts of like why prices are high, why they're so high.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my take on
Yeah. So basically, in other words, I'm gonna do my conclusion right now too. So these video game prices, like depending on the games that like if there's not a lot of supply out there of a specific rare game, like if it's a game that doesn't even sell that well, and it's a very unique game like a JRPG or a really popular Nintendo game that's in high demand, those two examples for a bit, it's gonna go up in price like crazy, and that's pretty much my whole take on it. Oh, you said Generation Sigma there. I just noticed that now. Oh,
Yeah, Jerry.
it could be. It could. I mean, but that's why I heard. I don't know what's the official name there. But yeah, all in all, basically, with all the eventually the eShops and the PlayStation Storefront and all that stuff, even though the PS3 and Vita still has their stores open today, but eventually they're gonna close down, and we're gonna see PS3 and PS Vita games go up in price again. Mostly
yeah.
like the very unique, rare titles that has not been printed too much, or that hasn't sold very well, but they're actually good games. But a lot of people overlooked it when it came out, and that's the issue that we're gonna have. So if you know a game like that and you want it in your collection, definitely look it up and add it to your collection while it's still cheap, because the stores are not gonna last forever. I don't know why they do this, because I don't think it costs that much to leave the stores open, as far as I know. It's just that, they just don't want you to have access to many of their games, or they want you to just focus on the current generation, like the Switch and stuff, or the PS5, PS4, I guess. It kind of sucks, because these companies does not care about preserving games. They don't care about maintaining like retro games, so that more of the newer generation have access to play it, not just like Fortnite or Valorant or Minecraft, which like literally every single people I met from Gen Z, like the younger ones, most of them are playing Fortnite or Minecraft or Valorant or some other stuff like that pretty much free to play stuff. And they don't know a lot about the variety of games from the retro back in the day like we do. That's how I feel about that. And it's up to us to actually introduce it to a newer generation. That's how I would like to conclude this. Anybody else have anything else to say before we end this?
Yeah, first of all, you sounded like a boomer there. Second of all, that's just some Gen Z, like us. Me and Milo play a lot of JRPGs. I play some free-to-play games. Mostly Genshin Impact and the Honkai Star Rail, but that's about it.
Oh yeah, I did want to try Honkai Star Rail, but I didn't got it to continue running on my PC and maintaining a save file, and then on the Steam Deck it's not working there, so I have to get around making that work later on. But yeah, but mostly the people younger than you guys are probably the ones like only exposed to like PS5, Switch, and Fortnite and all that stuff, and they don't know anything at all. Yeah, between Gen Alpha and the very young Gen Zs, which is like 12 years and older, pretty much. The Gen Alpha is still like 11 years old or less. That's the crazy part about that. Still pretty new. It's a pretty new generation. Anyway, so I think that'll be it. If anybody else want to add to it before we end it, or if you want us to say your conclusion, we can do that now. Let me go ahead and
did we already say our conclusion?
The conclusion to the topic, but we could say our conclusion to the stream itself, I guess.
Okay. Bye everyone. I hope you had a good time. And
thanks a lot for doing it. Yeah, thanks a lot for everyone who joins. I really appreciate the people who watched it. I know we didn't got too many viewers, but that's okay. I had a very good time talking with you guys in the stream. Really, pretty much, talking about stuff that we enjoy and we have a lot of knowledge about, and having friends in common that actually knows a lot about the topic as well. So it's a good feeling. What about you, Son? Or you want to say something before we go?
Be sure to subscribe to Red Curves and whatever if this channel, like whatever this channel's going on, whatever a video of this channel's going on,
it's going on the Magbo. It's going on my Magbo gaming channel, pretty much.
All right, subscribe to his channel, y'all,
and subscribe to Sonic Nerd as well. He does like plush videos and stuff like that on his channel. You can check it out anytime.
How kind of you.
What about you, Milo? Any last words before we end the stream?
No, not really. I just hope you all have a good rest of the day or a good night. And being here.
Cool. Anyways, guys, that's it for today.
This was fun for my evening.
Oh, okay. She said it was fun for her evening, so I'm glad that you were able to enjoy yourself. So, thanks a lot for joining, and take care of yourself. Hope you all have a good night, and I'll see you all in the next time. Magbo
Bye.
says, Magbo, bye bye. I'll see you all next time. Ending stream right now.